Well, disappointing Arsenal fans then in the stadium at Molineux, but Alan Smith was watching for us in the commentary box. Just put into context how disappointing of a result that can be for Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a pivotal moment, to be honest with you, Pete. A vital one, maybe a turning point. We'll wait and see. Obviously, it's in Manchester City's hands now, but having been 2 goals up against the team that's rock bottom on 9 points, just not good enough for a team that's hoping to win the title. And the way, you know, things unravelled at the end, Trossard just trying to waste time, and then David Raya panicking, coming out when he didn't need to come out. It doesn't bode well, really, for Arsenal being able to handle the pressure, I think.
When you're looking at this game with Arsenal, it didn't feel like they were feeling very comfortable throughout the whole game. You know, they scored 5 minutes into it with Bukayo Saka, and then you're thinking, can they take control at this point? Where do you think that was lacking in this game?
It's difficult to say. That having got off to such a great start, the perfect start, you're thinking, yeah, they're going to put the foot on the accelerator and take the game away from Wolves, but they almost stepped off it, allowed Wolves back into the game, gave them some confidence, and Arsenal did make it difficult for themselves. But you know, at 2-0, you're thinking that it's home and hosed, and then Hugo Bueno produces something special, and all of a sudden this place is alive again, and Arsenal get twitchy. You know, that there were clearly a lot of nerves within the camp. The whole situation seems to be getting the better of them. It did tonight, and you know, going forward, hopefully that won't be the case going forward, but it doesn't bode well, Pete.
Yeah, Smarges Merce. You're right, mate.
Hi, Merce.
It's going to come on full blast now. You know, being bottle jobs, melting, you know, last few years. It's full on now. You know, drawn away at Brentford and then being 2 goals up against the worst team in the league. Let's not get away from that. They've got 10 points now. It's going to come on. How are they going to cope with this now?
Yeah, big job for Arteta, Merce, isn't it, now, to try and calm things down. He's really got to earn his money, I think, because, you know, what you saw out there at the final whistle with Jesus on the Wolves defender, losing his composure, rattled. Obviously, the whole Arsenal side were frustrated, but they've just got to settle down. We've spoken so often about them being the best team, the best squad in the league. But, you know, that counts for nothing if you haven't got that composure and ability to play and get results under pressure. And as you say, Merce, yeah, that word bottle will be used quite a bit in the next few days.
Smuds, just a quick one. Thinking about the other side of it now with Manchester City, what will they be feeling now, do you think? Will they be rubbing the lips? Will they be looking at it, going, this is us now, we can catch them?
Yeah, I think they will, Connor. Yeah, most definitely. They'll be thinking they can feel our breath on the shoulder. And with their experience, with Guardiola's experience, they'll be really fancying it now. Obviously, it's a big game against Newcastle for them at the weekend, but they can almost feel the nerves of the Arsenal team watching that tonight. I mean, they probably wouldn't have expected what we saw right at the end, but they saw it, and now they really would have gained confidence from it.
Smudge, just asking again, they've gone 2-0 up. When I'm watching the game, even when they go 1-0 up in 5 minutes, it seems like they're not playing to their full potential. It seems like they're playing in second gear, and it's like, well, we're not going to let in any goals, so 1-0's enough, and it's a dangerous score, and then they go 2-0 up. They've got to treat every game like a cup final, and it seems to me they're not at the moment, and it's just a bit lackadaisical.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they dominated possession in that first half, having gone a goal up, but they didn't create many chances, Merce, did they? And looking at the stats before the game, Manchester City had scored 16 more goals from open play than Arsenal, you know, the league leaders Arsenal. And I know we say it doesn't matter how you score, and Arsenal have been brilliant at set pieces, but 16 more goals from open play. And that tells you that Arsenal aren't creating so many as they should be, and they certainly didn't, having gone a goal up when you would have expected them to take charge and maybe get the second and get the third, but it's just not happening for them at the moment.
Alan, thank you very much. We'll let you go. Go and get yourself warm.
Cheers, Smudge.
Thanks, Pete. Cheers.
Just picking up on that in terms of Arsenal not scoring enough goals, which is what Alan was saying, where do you think that's coming from? Because when you are top of the table, you need to be at the top of all of these sort of statistics, don't you, to be able to win the Premier League?
Well, the top of set plays, and that's the one that's kept them up there. But I said at half-time, it seems whatever they do, they fall over it. Seems to be a pattern. And we're talking during the game, me and Connor, I can't believe how many times they give away the ball so cheaply. It was so cheap, you know, instead of dictating the game 1-2-0 up and then keeping it and going across that way, drawing Wolves out. They give away, I don't think they put 3 or 4 passes together at too many stages in the second half. And when you're playing against, and I'm not going to get away, Wolves are not a great team. They've got 9 points before tonight. So, you know, they're not the team that we're expecting, you know, that we expect Arsenal to come back from 2-0 down and get a draw with Arsenal. They've got to be more patient. They're forcing it, but they're playing in second gear. And it reminds me when we won the league years ago and it was 1-0 to the Arsenal, it feels like that to me. It feels like we'll get a goal, we're all right now, we won't let in any more goals, it'll be solid. But it doesn't happen. We said that you're always going to get a chance in this football nowadays. And, you know, and fair play to the young kid. The young kid's goal's a good goal. You know, when you're a 19-year-old kid, you've come on for your debut and that ball bounces down, everything's going through your head. And for him to keep that ball like that, you know, it could become a Man City hero, let alone a Wolves one.
Before we get into that equaliser, which was a great equaliser, let's talk about the goal that Wolves scored to get themselves back into the game, Hugo Bueno, because this was a little bit of magic, wasn't it? Outstanding, really good. He actually finds himself on the right-hand side from playing, obviously, left wing-back, obviously it's a set piece, and he finds himself in that little position after taking the corner, and he just stays there, and it's a lovely little position for a left footer. You'll obviously know Mace as well, being a more attacking player than me. But he just comes back inside and shifts the ball. Can we say Nketiah can get closer? Maybe, OK. But let's not take nothing away from the finish from Hugo Bueno. It's absolutely lovely and deserved to be part of a game that gets a draw for Wolves. It's a really good finish.
Yeah, but again, from the goal, if you have a, I know from here, but if you take it back, I think it's Mane who gets the ball. There's 3 players around him and he just brings it down and comes away from them. There's no closing down. These chances don't come along too often. I know Arsenal have been in this position 3 times before, but it might not ever happen again. You know, it's so, if you watch, when this ball, watch now, when it comes out to Mane, there's 3 players around him. This should never happen. Look, so easy. Oh, we're 2-0 up, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're 2-0 up and we don't have to stop that. And this is what happens. Then all of a sudden, the worldie, as Smudge says, the ground lifts. All of a sudden, they're back in the game. That is poor. Martinelli just runs past the ball. Madueke doesn't close down. Saka doesn't close down. And that's what you get. And now, all of a sudden, it's out their hands from being that many points clear.
It's something you said at the start as well about the Wolves fans being behind the team no matter what. And it's obviously spurred them on. When they saw that Hugo Bueno got this goal, they're thinking, we can get an equaliser here.
And they have been, honestly, all season. It's been, they've been outstanding for Wolves themselves. And listen, this is absolutely wonderful for the young boy. What a feeling that must be for him. But again, Wolves dug in. I actually felt, and I'm gonna say something here about obviously Arsenal, but I felt like it was too easy for Wolves to score 2 goals. They scored 2 goals out of nothing. And it's a brilliant finish. Listen, to keep your knee over the ball, the technique on the side volley is absolutely outstanding. But Wolves deserved it in the end. They stuck in the game, they stuck at it. And listen, it's a mistake from the keeper, a mistake from Gabriel. But if you just...
It's a beautiful feeling. So they've got to keep striving for that. Well, look, we're not going to give up, Will.
No, I know you're not. And I love the fighting attitude. And that will be, of course, the talk in the Arsenal dressing room. But this is what's to come up to the game against Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium on the 18th of April. And, of course, within that, that's the next 6 Premier League, but within that, they play Manchester City in a cup final at Wembley, which I know you'll be going to and having your eye on that. I wonder how much is going to be on that in terms of psychology.
Yeah, but this is when you have to love it. You don't fear. Fear doesn't.
Do you think they love it? Because I know you do. Do you see that?
Well, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I want to see the whites of their eyes, and I want to see that we're all in or no one's in. And that's what you need to be successful. You know, and it's like the workloads we know they're tremendous. They're playing games every 2 or 3 days, and he's got injuries where Man City's squad now, they bought two players in the transfer window, Semenya and Guehi, have really stocked their squad well, and Arsenal have lost players. But look, we've still got enough players to go and do something. There's still time here, but they'll be reflecting tonight that was another missed opportunity.
We need people between you on Sunday for the North London derby. That's next for Arsenal.
We're not allowed anywhere near that game, me and Glenn.
The thing is, they got
Spurs' new manager. I mean, that's no walk-through, is it?
Now, any new manager, you're looking for an upturn without a doubt. Whether Spurs have got the right team out, you know, they've got 13 injuries, and you know, it's a good time for Arsenal to play them in that sense. Not after that result.
Spurs will see that tonight, though, won't they?
Oh, of course they will.
Hold on,
there'll be a bit of heart
here.
Exactly, there'll be a bit of heart, and this is the crossroads now that Arsenal face. The next two, they've got 2 London derbies. They've got Tottenham and Chelsea. They're going to be tough games.
Let me just get in there because we can hear from Bukayo Saka after that 2-2 draw at Molineux. Here is the Arsenal winger.
Bukayo, a night that started so brilliantly. How flat is that dressing room you just walked out of?
Yeah, it's very flat. We're very disappointed with the result, and especially how we played in the second half. Far from the level that we've set this season.
So what would you say happened second half? And are you worried it's a bit of a reoccurring theme, letting teams back into matches that you seem to have locked down?
Not so much about reoccurring theme. You know, it's time for us to reflect on the last few performances and just fix the issues immediately so we can get back to winning games and going on a run, build momentum, because, yeah, we've lost that a bit right now.
You know, did you think you've lost it? Is that due to the situation you're facing? You're going for massive prizes. Is the pressure part of it?
No, I don't think about all of that, man. I just think we need to just get back to our level, just do the basics right, and we've got more than enough quality in this team to win games, especially the games where we've been dropping points recently. So yeah, we just need to fix that, and that's all our focus is right now.
Thanks, Bukayo.
Thank you.
So Saka saying it was flat from an Arsenal point of view. He says they've got to go back to basics. Martin.
Yeah, I can't disagree with anything he's saying, but what he is also saying that there's no one giving up. And I think he'll be giving more in his next performances because, you know, it's one of those where you have to stand up and be the one that we can all rely on. Who's going to be that player that takes Arsenal over the line? But as I say, every game, every week is a fight. You scrap. You've got to win every game. Everywhere you walk on the street, come on, we've got to win this one. We've got to win this one.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to live in that environment and create that culture where we do not stop until we until we win.
Yeah.
And hopefully that's how it is.
That's interesting, that, because he's skipper tonight, yeah? He's skipper. And for me, he was very honest. He was very honest with what he was saying, and we've got to do better, blah, blah, blah. But his demeanour, for me, wasn't right. If you're the manager, you're going on television, you make sure there's a little smoke. We care, of course we care, but your demeanour's got to be a little bit more up about that. He was very flat, very flat.
You two were not flat, though. It was lovely spending the evening with Mr. Martin Keown and Glenn Hoddle as well. So another Arsenal slip-up, this time at rock bottom. Wolverhampton Wanderers at Molineux. It's a 5-point lead. That could become 2.